Well, I'm just sitting out here on the back porch this Sunday morning. You know, I'm glad for God's love. I'm happy that God's love is ever present. It's here all the time. God's love is so miraculous. Sometimes I think that people don't take the Lord as they should. You know, I'm glad that God didn't stop his love. I'm glad that God doesn't shut down his love based on our love for him. You know, our love for him should be the paramount love that we should have when we counsel out his love for man. It really shows us where we are. Part of me wants to counsel me even doing this message, honestly. There's a lot of times, sometimes I wonder what good I do, but then I think about the fact of all that God has done for me. All the things that the Lord has done for me, that he didn't cancel his love years ago when I didn't know him. He didn't stop his love. He didn't shut down his love. He didn't base his love on my love. He based his love on him because the Bible says that God is love. When God bases his love on himself, he's not basing it on our love back for him. We can stop a lot of things that we do and a lot of things that we say, but God does not love us based on what we do or what we don't do for him. God's love is so miraculous that it's not even based upon what I do for him. It's honestly based on what the Father has for me, what he sees in my life that is needed. Now, can the Lord be disappointed? Can he be disappointed in me? Sure he can. Yeah. The Lord can be disappointed in me. And, you know, I might be able to come out here and orchestrate something. I don't have my Bible here today with me. But I might come out here and orchestrate something for the people and think of words that I can say. But you know what? I'm glad that God doesn't base his love on my actions. And I'm glad that God doesn't base his actions based on me. Now, can he use my instances to chastise me when I do wrong? Absolutely. That's the sign of a good father. A good father would chastise his child and correct his child. And you know, God has a right to correct us. He has a right to bring chastisement on his people. But I'm thankful that God doesn't counsel his love. You know, it would have been so easy for him to have stopped going to the cross. It could have been so easy for Jesus to have said, no, I'm not going. It would have been so easy for Jesus to have actually said, I'm not interested. He could have looked at man's fault and decided that, you know what, man is not deserving of me. But yet we'll use everything under the sun to stop our worship toward him. And it's really sad. God didn't stop his love toward us. God is love. You know, I don't know what I'm going to do this morning. I have no indication of where I'll go and what I'll do. But I want to worship. I want to worship him. He's worthy to be praised. You know, my wife has gone to get us a biscuit right now. McDonald's has no idea how many biscuits they're going to sell today. They don't know if today's going to be a slow day or today's going to be a busy day. They don't have no way of knowing. They just make several pans of biscuits in hopes that they will move them out, that the lines will be filled up, that they will sell a lot of biscuits, and that's what they hope for. But you would never see them saying, let's just make one pan because we don't think that nobody is going to come. We'll see, when you stop the momentum of sales, that sort of stops the idea that they're in business to make money. We can't stop the love of God, but we certainly can not worship the God that deserves our worship. I hope this helps somebody today. There's a white calf out here that is hunting mama. Yeah, it's hunting mama. But she hears the mama cow lowing in the background. And maybe it'll continue to walk on. God's love is the same way. His love is no different. Imagine how he feels when we put things ahead of him and we don't worship him like we're supposed to. Let's just stop. It's just easier. What if Jesus would have stopped? What if Jesus would have stopped going to the cross? What if he would have had the attitude, let's just stop? Man can figure out another way to get to heaven. I don't want to give up my blood. I want to just stop because it's easier. It's easier to stop. No, Jesus didn't stop. He went the full distance. He went the full distance so that he could pay for my sin. He went the full distance to pay for your sin. Your sin needs to be paid for. My sin needs to be paid for. He went to pay that payment. He didn't stop halfway. He didn't stop because it got hard. He could have easily stopped when they drove the one nail into his hand, but he willingly laid there to let them do the same thing to his other hand. He could have called 10,000 legion of angels before they ever put the nail in his feet. But he did that because that was the blood sacrifice that God demanded. And God sent Jesus to the world to die so that we wouldn't have to die. And yet, our worship is not what it should be. If you're later on, if you're going to listen to this, check your worship. If I wanted to go on a long trip, would I check my gas gauge? Would I check my tires? Would I check my battery? Would I check the belt? If I was going a long distance away, would I take the time to check the things before I ever got in the vehicle? Maybe that's what the Lord is telling us to do, to just simply check. Elderly Ministry is the website. If you care to log on, you can. There's a phone number that you can reach. There's an email you can type in. There's a cell number that you can reach, that you can call me. I'd love to talk with you. I hope that maybe this sort of encourages some people to realize that Jesus paid a horrible price. He paid a tremendous price. Thank him for not stopping part ways to get to the cross. I thank y'all for watching.